Don't worry about the money because the money gon' flow. Don't worry about the money because the money gon' flow. Don't worry about the money because the money gon' flow. Because the money gon' flow. Because the money gon' flow.
When I start telling myself I'm a money magnet and I make money in my sleep, why the fuck did that shit actually happen? Because affirmations are so fucking powerful. And then when I really started to believe the things that I was telling myself, that's when I started seeing a shift. That is why I'm so fucking obsessed with what the fuck I be talking about, because when you change your mind and when you rewire your brain, things will naturally flow towards you effortlessly. It's not about how hard you work. It's not about how much action that you are putting into what you're doing. Yes, what you want requires action, but it's really about how you feel about yourself and what you think about yourself. Your self-concept is the most crucial part of your entire being and what you do and do not have in this world. You can deadass have anything that you want if you tell yourself that enough times and if you actually believe in it and start engaging with those thoughts more. I have a free affirmation bundle in my bio, so grab that shit because yeah, this shit actually fucking works.
You don't have to hustle 24/7 to be wealthy. You just have to think differently. This is how I rewired my mind to attract more wealth without working harder. Hey Rych Babes, it's Robyn Milan and welcome back to a Rich Girl's Glow Up. Let's talk about money, but not from struggle, but from softness, okay? Because rich girls don't just grind, they align, okay? And the truth is, the reason most women stay stuck in survival mode is not because they're lazy, it's because their mindset hasn't shifted. So today I'm giving you 5 powerful ways to rewire your mind for wealth. The same shifts that has helped me stop overworking and start receiving with ease, okay? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you back shortly.
Here's how you rewire your brain for wealth. In your day-to-day, whether it's in a movie, Instagram, TikTok, your friends, doesn't matter. Anytime you see something you want to have, you want to experience, say, I can have that, I will have that, I deserve that, it's already mine, it's already mine.
And that was based on a belief system that you developed
over time.
Yes.
That I didn't even know. Like if you would have told me about this 8 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't know, which is why I think these reflections are so important, people.
If you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed, if you're anxious, if you're constantly in drama, that is not abundance. A high net worth does not mean you are free. Money is an energy, and how we think and how we feel will dictate the energy we have towards it. When you have no money, when you're broke, when you feel stressed out, overwhelmed, burnt out, you lost your job, you feel like you need help, and you may need help. And the best way to create abundance is to go from helplessness to helpfulness.
So when you're in that place, taking your story as well, taking my story, how do we start to rewrite that story now that we're aware?
Well, it's so powerful that you said that. And I remember this vividly because I met you on Halloween 2017, right?
Yeah, 8 years ago, yeah.
And I said like, cancel the day. Let's just hang out all day.
Yeah, you had a book coming out that day.
I had a book that came out that day.
Yeah.
On Halloween.
Yeah.
Which is called The Mask of Masculinity. Anyways, how do we rewire our brain around money to create more abundance?
When you have nothing.
When you have lack. How do we rewire our brain to create abundance when you have nothing and you don't know how to earn more money?
Your behavior causes your results. If you want to change the results, don't look outside of yourself. Don't say it's the economy, it's the boss, it's my spouse, it's none of those things. It's something inside, and it's called a paradigm. How do you change it? Well, first of all, you start out with the result you want to change. Let's say you want to get up on time. You're always sleeping in. That's a very simple result. A lot of people have a problem with. How do we do that? Well, we take a look at what causes us to sleep in. It's an idea in our subconscious mind that just keeps us hitting snooze, staying in bed, not getting out of bed. So I say, I want to change that result. Well, write out exactly the negative result that you're getting. I'm forever sleeping in. I'm always late. I never get up. I hit snooze when I set an alarm. Write that out. Then ask yourself, what is the polar opposite to that? And write it out in the present tense as an affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now that when I wake up, I get up. That's it. I am so happy and grateful Now that when I wake up, I get up. And you write that out 100 times a day. I know your intellect, logic is going to tell you this is silly. It won't work. Well, you try it. Write out 100 times a day. I'm so happy and grateful now that when I wake up, I get up. And write that 100 times a day for about 30 days. I'll guarantee you'll hit quit in the snooze button. You know what you've done? You've programmed a new idea in your mind. And it takes over. The old idea dies for a lack of nourishment. You're not feeding it any longer. See, the old idea was a habit. You're in the habit of boom, hit the snooze button, stay in bed, go back to sleep. And what you've done is you've programmed in a new habit that's essentially the opposite to the old. The old dies for a lack of nourishment because you've kept feeding the new one. And write it out 100 times a day, present tense. I'm so happy and grateful now that when I wake up, I get up. And mentally see yourself. The second you wake up, your feet hit the deck, you stand up, you're out of bed, and then you stay out of bed.
When you're living with a lack mentality, you operate under the belief that you need to hold and save as much money as possible. That's like one of the thoughts is like you never want to spend money because you want to hold as much as you can. But people who are actually abundant and very wealthy, not only with money, but they have a wealth mindset and they are wealthy with knowledge and experiences and everything else, they don't mind spending money because they always know that more is on the way and they trust in the flow. If you're healing your lack mindset, that's the biggest thing that you need to work on is trusting in the flow of it. If you always knew more was on the way, would you ever care to spend it? No, of course not. More is coming. And so you actually enjoy spending the money versus like wanting to hold it all for yourself. This can relate back to the law of giving and receiving in the universe. It's like everything is in flow of giving and receiving. When it is your turn to hold the money, you're grateful for it, but you're also just as grateful to let somebody else hold it for a little bit because you always know more is on the way that you get to hold.
Money is high frequency energy. It flows to high frequency individuals. At first glance, money seems tangible. Paper bills, coins, or even gold bars, but that perception is an illusion. Money is at its core an intangible, ever-flowing stream of energy. Money is inherently high-frequency energy, and just as water always flows to lower ground, money always flows toward individuals who radiate high-frequency energy. As human beings, we're constantly emitting a certain vibrational frequency through our thoughts, emotions, and actions. When we live in a state of scarcity, anxiety, or fear, we emit low-frequency vibrations. In such a state, even if we manage to earn some money, it's likely to be small amounts or hard-earned money, and it may just as easily slip away. On the other hand, when we live in abundance, positivity, and focus, when we regularly experience flow states, we become a magnet for wealth.
What is the frequency of $1 million so that I can align with $1 million or whatever your number is that you're fantasizing? The energy of $1 million is fuck yes. The energy of $1 million is thank you. The energy of $1 million is I am so worthy. The energy of $1 million is I am so excited. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. Good things happen to me all the time. It's easy for me to receive things. I am an earth angel on this planet. I feel so amazing because I am connected to the subtle energies around me. Miracles happen all the time. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel that and you attract money.
Money is just one form of abundance. If you're walking around not allowing yourself to feel wealthy because you don't see money in the physical yet, you will never attract wealth. Because to attract anything, we have to feel as though we already have it. Meaning, if I want to attract wealth, I have to actually be vibrating that I'm already wealthy. If I want to attract success, I have to already be vibrating and identifying as a successful person. So the key here is tricking your subconscious mind into believing that you are already wealthy, successful, and abundant. What you're going to do is start taking note of all of the ways in which you are already abundant. And remember, this has nothing to do with money. You can be abundant with love and friendships and family in your life. You can be abundant with a specific talent. Whatever it is, take note of it. That's going to reprogram your identity and shift your frequency. You will become a magnet for more.
Okay, Rich Babes, let's start here. Wealth doesn't begin in your bank account. It starts in your belief system. If your thoughts still live in lack, your results will stay small, no matter how hard you're working. So here are my 5 rich girl rewiring habits that really did change everything for me. So let's get right into it. The first one is replacing lack language with abundance talk. Okay, every time you say, I can't afford that, I'm broke, or I gotta hustle, you teach your mind that money is hard to get. Start saying, money flows to me easily. There's always more where that came from. I am open to receiving an overflow. Say it until your mind believes it, and it will. The next one is romanticize earnings with ease. Stop glorifying burnouts. The rich babe version of you, she's well rested, well paid, and well respected. Stop affirming, I don't chase, I attract. Rest is productive. My softness is profitable. Okay, you don't get rich from running on empty. You get rich from just being in alignment. Number 3 is visualize that you already have it, not hoping for it. Don't pray from lack. Don't manifest from desperation. See yourself already living it. Wake up and say, of course I live like this. I'm already the woman with the money, the home, and the peace. Your subconscious can't tell the difference between imagination and memory. So make it familiar. That right there is deep. If your subconscious mind can't even tell the difference, why don't you tell it the story that you want it to be? Number 4 is break the agreement with struggle. You don't owe your struggle story anything. Just because your family worked hard doesn't mean you have to suffer to succeed. Say it with me, okay? Hard does not equal worthy. I no longer believe I have to exhaust myself to earn. Wealth gets to be my new normal. This is how generational cycles end, and it starts with your belief. And my 5th one is normalize overflow, not just enough. Stop manifesting just enough. Stop scripting just for the bills to be paid. Start expecting an overflow, okay? An overflow, because you can't live a rich life on the bare minimum mindset. Ask yourself daily, what would the wealthy version of me do today? What would she say, expect, or even allow? Then show up as her, and that's how it gets started.
3 steps to rewire your brain in order to fix your relationship with money while I drink a cocktail, because we in Ireland, and this is a very serious topic that helped me go from somebody that did not believe I deserved wealth to attracting it on a day-to-day basis, and basically made me a millionaire by 23 years old. So cheers. Okay, step number 1 is realizing that everybody that makes money is idiots. I'm like only half joking. I was at ASU going to a bunch of the bars. There would always be all of these rich guys coming and booking these tables. And me, as a little college sorority girl, I was going around at those tables and, oh, what do you guys do for work? Always trying to like network, figure out what these people do to make money. They would be like, oh, I run these very large companies that you would know. And I'm like, you're telling me you do that? You're that person? Like, why can't I do that too? Because I didn't grow up with a bunch of crazy connections or know anybody that was super rich doing all these big things. So I always thought that they were super far away from where I could go. Bridging this gap of realizing like, oh, there really is nothing special about these people that make so much money. Like, why can't I? Was huge. Step number 2 is get an Amex and name her Amy. Hear me out. You don't feel bad for making yourself feel rich. Anytime you want to buy something, it's on Amy and you'll just pay her back later. Okay, you are not going to put yourself into credit card debt, but credit cards are very useful. I have a lot. Platinum Amex, Gold Amex, and Chase Sapphire are my favorites. Number 3 is knowing that you have to spend money in order to make money. A mentor of mine told me one time, you're going to spend thousands to get to 100,000s, 100,000s to get to millions, millions to get to billions. And the bigger field you want to play on is the more risk that you're willing to spend in order to get to that bigger field. And lastly, you guys, just know the whole concept of money is fake. As soon as you make a certain point, it really doesn't matter after that. Like, once your bills are paid, you can buy pretty much whatever you want. it really just doesn't matter. So chasing money is good, but also making sure that you're chasing something in the path of your dreams that also makes you money is going to make you more money in the end.
Okay, money blocks are a real thing. And if you want to manifest any type of money in 2025, I'm going to show you right now how to get rid of them. Okay, you're at the grocery store, you're in line, and all you can feel in the pit of your stomach is that fear, that not that your card is about to be declined. That fear is a major money block. And if you don't get rid of it, you're not going to be able to manifest the money that you want in 2025. But I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. And I promise you, it's a lot easier than you think. Right when you feel that feeling in the pit of your stomach, I want you to say these words. Screenshot this if you have to. I am so grateful now that I am able to afford the best of everything. That's it. Listen to me. It will change your life. This will immediately shift your energy from a state of lack to a state of abundance. I'm so confident in this one that I want you to save this, come back, and tell me how it works for you. All right. Love y'all. Bye, baby.
Rest is a money magnet, and your nervous system is actually your money portal. Let me say something that's always controversial. More work does not equal more money. I used to grind a lot because I thought rest was irresponsible and it was really weak. But I was exhausted, I was bitter, and I was broke. Then I started resting. Not relaxing, but like high frequency rest. Walks with no phone, silence instead of stimulation, soft music, baths, sleep, and lots of deep breathing. And the wild part, the more I rested, the more money came. Because I finally had the capacity to receive it and hold it, and to manage it without spiraling out of control. Rest isn't a break. Rest is what makes success sustainable. Do this today. Block 30 minutes and do nothing. No scrolling, no cleaning, absolutely nothing. I want you to sit there and let your body lead you to whatever it feels it needs to do. Because regulation is always richer than the hustle.
We're going to reprogram your mind to finally feel safe making more money. So if making more money feels heavy, you're probably subconsciously resisting it. If you have the thought of, I cannot possibly make more money, I promise you, your subconscious is resisting it. Because you say you want more, but every time money increases, so does the pressure. So we're going to change that together with a little subconscious reprogramming hack. So when you're ready, you can just find a comfortable position, sit back or lie down. And we're just going to begin to take some deep breaths in and slow, gentle exhales. Breathing in fully through the nose and a slow, gentle exhale, breathing out through the mouth. And I want you to feel into your body for just a moment, and I want you to imagine your income doubling. Just imagine it. Notice what emotion comes up. Is it fear? Is it pressure? Is it guilt? Is it lack of belief? And this is just information for you. Whatever feeling is coming up for you right now is the exact block in your nervous system and in your mind that is holding you back from doubling your income. So we're just going to notice here for a moment. What is that feeling that's coming up in the body? Just breathing into it for a moment, just letting all of this be information that's coming through. Breathing in deeply and exhaling slowly. It is safe to receive more. I can hold it. I can handle it. I can enjoy it. Money doesn't mean burnout or guilt or anything. More means more support. And so I want you to just imagine that whatever feeling arose for you when you're doing this little exercise just slowly melts away from the body. You just notice it being dissolved. This is your chance right here to just decide to release it. You can even say to your subconscious mind, instructing your subconscious mind, I am releasing this block and this feeling around money so that I can double my income, so I can receive more. Just imagining that it's dissolving out of the mind, dissolving out of the body. What the mind sees, the body will do. And I want you to see in your mind's eye the version of you who takes, and I want you to see in your mind's eye the version of you who makes more money without doing more, without giving more. Your capacity is expanding right now, and just take a moment to visualize that. How does that feel? How exciting does that feel in the body? Who is this version of you that doubles their income? Who is this version of you that has the capacity to receive more? Taking a deep breath in and a slow, gentle exhale. Just letting this feel so good. Your capacity is expanding right now. And visualizing that version of you so you can show up as her when your eyes open. So when you're ready, 1, beginning to come back slowly, 2, integrating at the deepest subconscious levels, 3, taking your time with so much information here that you now found your blocks around why it's hard for you to make more money, 4, wiggling fingers and toes, slowly coming back, and 5, eyes open, mind and body returning to normality, coming back slowly. And this is just 1 layer. This is a very short hypnosis audio. So if you want to rewire your entire wealth identity, or you want to manifest more money, check out the links in my bio because we go a lot deeper.
The more you learn to work your mind, the less you'll have to work your behind. Just think for a moment about the people who really make it big in life. The people who really make it big in success and prosperity, who really become wealthy in life. You only get so far with behind power. If you want to make it big in life, it takes mind. It takes big ideas, correct ideas, positive ideas, creative ideas, constructive ideas, productive ideas. And you're only going to get as far in life as the ideas in your mind.
All right, Rich Babes, let me say this loud for the Rich Babes in the back. Working harder is not a flex. Thinking better is. Talking about you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jobs, baby. Listen, working your mind is a lot easier and will provide you a lot more than working physically. That's you being in your masculine energy. I used to think more hours meant more money, more effort, more hustle, more proving. But all it did was leave me so tired, resentful, and still playing small. When I started to rewire my mind for wealth, everything shifted. I stopped rushing. I stopped begging. I stopped undercharging, undervaluing, and overworking. I stepped into alignment. You don't manifest money from stress. You attract it from clarity, from belief, from deciding you no longer have to struggle for what's already yours. Every time you say, I don't know how I'm going to make it, you cancel out the miracle. Every time you say, rich people are greedy, you disconnect from the version of you who deserves the overflow. Every time you say that you're broke, your subconscious agrees and keeps you there, okay? Like, stop saying those things. Be careful with what you say. Rewiring is about safety, making it feel safe to be rich, safe to rest, safe to be seen, safe to have money and peace. Because what's the point of wealth if you're still feeling exhausted, okay? Now, I take a bubble bath and make money. I take naps and still get paid. I speak with confidence. I price with intention. I no longer feel guilty for wanting more. That's the rich mindset. And once you step into it, you never go back. You don't have to work harder, Rich Babes. You just have to believe higher. Rewire your mind. Redefine your value. Receive what's already meant for you, okay? Like, you've worked hard enough. Now it's time to think different, to move different, to stop surviving and start expanding. The Rich Babe version of you is already here. You just have to let her lead. Okay, so this is why I'm so excited. I can't wait for my course to be released. I know I've been talking about it. I've been getting y'all amped up about it. And when the time is right, it will be released. And this is what I talk about. This is why it's called the Rich Mindset Mastery Course, which you can be on the wait list for that. Make sure you click the link down below, because it's very important that no matter what we talk about on this channel, everything starts with your mind. And if your mind isn't where it's at, you won't see the results. I don't care what we talking about. Men, money, manifestation, whatever. I don't know what we're talking about. Beauty, it doesn't matter. Because if your mindset isn't where it needs to be, you won't never see any changes. So with that being said, Rich Babes, become the woman who walks in the room and make people wonder. Secure the bag, protect your peace, and stay rich, Rich Babes. Love you.